Oh, man. I had a feeling this day was coming. I wanted to, uh, I wanted to share this with you guys. And I wanted to get down and share what you see the title says, man. I've been wanting to share this for a long time. I've mentioned it so many times in my past streams and in all my videos and some things. You'll find it or you won't find it referenced, but plastic bottles are just starting to get garbage. But anyway, they're starting to get worthless. Yeah, that we're live though. We're live on two channels, guys. Say hello to the other stream. Say hello to the other stream, guys. We're live on two streams. We're live on two different things here. So that we're live and everything. So I'm gonna share this wrestling story with you guys. Some of you will find this interesting. Some of you may not. So this was back in September of 2019. I was just starting out, getting ready to pursue my dream of being a pro wrestler. The only thing is, I've only had 3 months of experience with just in training and learning everything and picking up on the stuff that they were trying to teach me so I could learn how to be prepared and experience what I'm going to experience if I'm ever out there traveling or, just making a big time out there or even out there in the independent scene or going around battling people in the bingo halls. So all the marks and all the freaking, or they'd consider me as a vanilla midget, as wrestling slang terms. You gotta be in the, you gotta know the ins and outs of the business and understand how it works. Plus know the terms. But we are live on two phones. So on a oh crap, on September of 2019, I was starting out on my first month of wrestling. I believe it was September 9th. I think September 9th. Because I would always go between Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're live on two devices, guys. So check out Dylan Walker Gaming and check out Dylan Walker here. You want to get both angles, you can get both of the angles that we're got right now. But so it was like $100 a month. So that's what I was paying when I went. It was like $100 a month every Tuesday and Thursday to go to wrestling training and stuff. So I went inside this gym. It's out here in Marshall, Texas. I went out there and I went to the I went to the training school out there. I went to learn what it was like to, experience the things that pro wrestlers experience. I mean, even if I had 3 months worth of training, it was worth it. Every moment of it, every moment that I enjoyed, everything that I loved. It was fun. It was just, I made some people, I made some friends, but I haven't talked with those people in like, I've neglected 6 years. 6 years. I feel like I've neglected them even though it's been 6 years. But here's the thing. I've been around for a long time. And I've been a pro wrestling fan for a very, 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 very long time. And a very long time. It was me, my dad, and my uncle. We were getting ready to go to Marshall, Texas. We ended up riding with the uncle. We ended up going out there to get to the training school and everything. And, I had family there. At first, because, I was nervous and awkward. I mean, I still had those moments when I was going in, just like Thursdays and Fridays, just not Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was nervous. I was just nervous. My brain was racked. I was scared. I had anxiety. I had a little bit of my depression. Just I wish I had a few others with me. I wish some of my buddies were there. I wish somebody else was just with me than just family. I wanted like some the ring. It was actually about the size of AEW's ring. It's about the size of AEW. However, though, the ring was actually constructed from some other stuff they constructed it from. Because it wasn't like one of those bot rings. They actually constructed that ring. It's got the wood underneath it. It's got the thick inch mat. It's got the mat padding, it's got the wood, you know, it's got the springs, it's got the whole entire, like, the turnbuckles, the poles, the bolts and stuff. I learned how the inside and out that ring even comes apart too. I learned how that works too. Trust me, that ring can take, if you have the right amount of people to help you take that thing apart, it it can be done in under an hour. Because we all did it together, everybody that I was with. The guy that was training me was a really cool dude, but he wanted me to keep my head on straight and keep myself focused, but also remember the words. You know, they taught us. You know, there's certain things they said for us to remember. You know, certain things that we teach you, we want you to remember that and have it engraved in your brain. That's what's the motto. But at the end of the day, you know, if you make a mistake after the end of the match, you say sorry and then you go on and keep going. Don't let it drag you down. That was the moniker. Well, I might add that last bit, but at the end of the day, you know, you apologize at the end of the match and you shake hands, dust it off, and go and keep practicing until you get it right. So I learned how to do the rolls. I learned how to do some of like I learned a couple holds. Learned how to do a headlock. I learned how to, you know, get in your fight stances. Like when you're on the ground, you get up on one of your knee. It's one of the knees that you come up on, and you come up and you get in fighting stance. You come up in your fighting stance. Like you come up like you're ready to get back in and clinch. Come back in and clinch with who you're facing. The thing is though, I had some issues with my clinching. Also, like coming off the ropes too. When you come off the ropes, you're coming off on your left. You're gonna come off on your left. You're not coming off on your right, you're coming off on your left. You're gonna throw your whole body into it, but you do not want to come at it wrong. If you come at it wrong, you could injure something, or you could slip or knock yourself out, or even give yourself whiplash. And the thing is about this, when you take these bumps and you do what you do, like flat back bumps, I've took those flat back bumps. I can tell you, I did close to I've done at least almost 100 of them. As much as I've been practicing them in and out, close to 100. Like that. Those bumps do hurt, yes. And people are like, oh my god, it's fake. It's fake. Wrestling is so fake. It's predetermined. Da, 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 da. Okay. That stuff hurts, dude. Like, oh my god, it's fake. Shut up. The thing of it is, you know, you take the bumps. You have to tuck your chin. When you jump back, tuck your chin and throw your arms out. And they even taught me how to, like, you have to put your arms across like a straight jacket type style. Tuck your chin and cross your arms. But the thing is, you want to be a little loose. Tuck your chin, but you want to be loose. I have an issue though. Upper body issue, because all through up here is like stiff. This is why I have issues like lifting heavy things. And plus, that's why months ago I went to the doctor and they said that I could have something related to cerebral palsy and stuff like that. Could be. Or I could just have like muscle tightness up here, but I don't know. I'm awkward when it comes to lifting things. Awkwardly, like manual labor, like picking up objects, maybe like moving a freaking bathtub, or moving a maybe a transmission, or picking up things. Like I've got issues up there. Like I've got some sort of stiffness, or just like I don't like, my body don't work like it's supposed to. I hope that makes sense. Like my body don't work like it's supposed to. Like normally your body's supposed to just be able to, you let your body work, but I fight my body. I don't know why. I don't anybody come at me. Don't anybody just. I'd say it's just the way I'm born. I use that as an excuse. It's just the truth. Now look. When I was taking some of them bumps, your neck will get stiff, and you need to breathe properly. If you do not breathe properly, you will knock yourself out. You will give yourself either a whiplash, or you can give yourself a concussion if you ain't doing this right. Because if you don't tuck your chin, when you take that bump and breathe, you knock yourself out. permanently, or you give yourself whiplash. Because this stuff that these guys do in practice is practiced and consistent. They are consistent, they are tough, and they do what they do because they have a love for it, but they also have a passion and a grind for what they're doing as a pro wrestler. Some of the guys that I've seen that have performed, I've got to see some of it. I got to be a little bit of I got to kind of play a little bit as the ref, but at the time I didn't know exactly how to, at the time I just didn't exactly know how to do it. Because, I watched a lot of wrestling on TV. The thing is, though, when they tell you, you bring up something from TV, they're like, no, get that out of your mind. Remember what we're teaching you here. Get that out of your mind. They don't want you to replicate what you saw on TV. They want you to know what we're teaching you here and get that out of your mind. That's what they wanted you to do. Plus, be respectful and shake everybody's hand in there, And remember, there's another thing. We always wipe our feet off before coming into the ring. There's something very sacred about a wrestling ring. It's very sacred, but there's something about it, For God's sakes, if y'all know about Gunther, he always wipes his feet off before stepping into the ring. I don't know what it is. I get it that it's a certain thing. I don't know if it has something to do with maybe being a heel or a baby face. I don't know what it is. There was a big old controversy why Vince McMahon didn't want to put brand stuff on the mat because it just felt sacred to him. And now they did it now. So, like I'm saying, some of the stuff that they teach you in and off. They don't want you just to remember what was on TV. They want you to remember what you're being taught there. Like get that out of your mind and just focus. Focus on what you're doing when you're in that very ring, in that squared circle. Trust me, I didn't mind being in the ring, but when it come to being on the outskirt or on the apron, I got nervous and scared. There was even times where I'm blind, I couldn't see because the lighting was bad. I had to wear I needed to wear my glasses. I was nervous, dude. The ring. Okay, so let's say the ring has the ring's like 3 foot, like the base is 3 foot. You've got four corners and you've got ropes on all sides. They're there to capture you. They're there to keep you there. But if you make one wrong move and slip up, you can't hurt yourself and you will injure yourself. Because that's the risk, Why do you think they have the warnings on TV? Please do not try this at home. So, at the start of where my wrestling training was, so, I started to learn at first, I was learning how to do the rolls. I was learning to do just the practice with rolls. They worked me up, even though I was slow, until I got it. They were very, like, enthused with my first try of doing the Rob Van Dam rolling thunder roll when we had to do, because okay, so they had mats folded up in like a house formation on a corner here and a corner here. They're like across from each other. They want you to come up in a certain formation and roll and then do it again and then come back around, because it was like I think an assembly line. I'd say it's an assembly line. But you come back. It's kind of like following line in school. That's probably as best I can put it. Cause it was a unique system. Oh yeah. Oh, let me tell you this. Oh. One thing that I've always had to fight myself is, how close I got to where they always had you do like what was it? Oh, running the corners. Running the corners. They want you to run the whole square, not just the circle. You want to run the whole square of the ring. The whole square. The whole square. My issue was I didn't want to run against the whole square. I just ran a circle because I was scared to be like really close to the edge. I was scared to be like close to the edge because I had a fear of heights ever since I was young. Ever since I went to that courthouse, the one that got knocked down. If you look at that documentary on my community wall later after this, that courthouse, that was the one that I was in, the one with the clock on it. That's where we went to because it was also it also had a police station there, and it also had a few other things. But either way, when I was up on them spiral square stairs, that's when my fear of heights began to become a very big thing in my life. Which is why, even though it's just a freaking, even though it's just a like I think 3-4 foot, just the base of the ring. Even though the ropes are there to protect you, you know, don't fight against the ring. You have to be you like the ring. You treat the ring as your friend. You know when you take and do your bumps. And let me tell you, I've been told this too. They tell you when you take and do your bumps and stuff. You know when you get used to it, your body will get used to it, and you won't feel it as much. Like your body will get comfortable to it. I know about it. I mean, gosh, I mean the place was literally like the place I went to. It had boxing, MMA, wrestling, and they also had some trophies in there too from whoever they originally trained. Maybe not some big names, but they had some names in there. I didn't know who some of the names were. Trust me, it was $100 a month. I got to do it for 3 months. You know, rolls, bumps, maybe. I even learned how to do a hammer lock. The diamond. You know, when you're like you do the diamond formation on the wrist. You do the diamond thing. You know, when you get ready to do a wrist lock. There's the issue is for me. The issue was for me was I had issues on like trying to like sell stuff, like trying to work with somebody and you're trying to sell the move or you just try to sell something, try to make it real, even though because that's the mantra, make it real. You want to believe what you're doing is real for the crowd and the people that are watching you. And there was a few things that I loved that I did. I got to hang out. I got to hang out, but I got to learn a lot of cool stuff. The rolls, the bumps. We also ran around the ring. We also wiped our feet in when we came in. We even did stretches before we got into our warm ups. Before we got into our warm ups, the sessions could have been around the session time was about starts at everybody gets going. We start at 7, and I think we get ready to wrap it up towards 9. So it's like a 2 hour training session. And sadly, no, they wanted me to even do it at home. But the thing is, I didn't have much. I mean, that little thick mat's all I got. My old man would have never got that, or would have never got the training pads or the knee pads I had. My old man would have never got that. I still have a love for wrestling. I really do. I love wrestling with a passion, and I still have a feeling and a care for it deep inside. But I might not ever get to be the chance to ever be a performer. Even if I don't get to be a performer, I at least want to be able to maybe do some sort of creative, maybe some sort of commentary, maybe even be a manager. And maybe still be able to take some bumps as a manager. I mean, look what Paul Heyman's doing. Look what so many managers are doing. When they get involved in certain segments and stories, they're going to take bumps. They're going to take finishers. I mean, for God's sakes, Roman Reigns speared Paul Heyman. Yes, I know. Some like, oh my God, but it's fake. It's all rehearsed. It's predetermined. Shut up! Don't have time for those naysayers and all them doubters. At the end of the day, people love it. It's storytelling. It's the characters that present the stories. It's the promos. It's the cutting on the mic they do. It's the things that they show us on TV. It's a soap opera. It's a drama. My grandpa was a big wrestling fan. I seen him watching it when I was a lot younger, as he sat in his recliner just watching it on the big screen. Plus, there was a few others in my family that liked it too, and I started to kind of pick up in it and started watching wrestling again. Fell in love again. Because I started to get back into wrestling in somewhere like 2015, 2014. Back when the whole war fearmonger thing with the whole war on terror. Even though that scared the crap out of me as a kid. Dude, I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that kind of money. I wish I did, dude. That would be such a freaking dream of mine to go. I don't want the nosebleeds. I want to see it up close. I want to be up close to the action. But the freaking, I hear the seats are like $10,000 for the front row. Damn, TKO. Make it easier on the fans. I mean, Jesus, back in the day, people used to go out and watch it. I do have some story, though. I heard this days ago. My grandma and my grandpa used to go out and watch wrestling. When I think my grandpa got to meet Harley Race. He got to meet Harley Race. He got to meet Harley Race. My brother-in-law ran into the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. They got to, you know, he ran into them because they were in the Mayfield Walmart. I think he said they were doing a meet and greet with fans and stuff. What the? You know, I just they were there was a whole bunch of stuff, as a pro, as someone that loves pro wrestling and also has a interest for what he does and what I like to do. Oh, there it is. Did that. All right, so I absolutely still have a love for wrestling, but as of last night, if you guys did not hear, it was still pertaining to wrestling, but knowing that WWE has a partnership with TNA, then they also have they also signed a big deal that I think they just they bought an international company, but also have the also WWE Evolution, which is another promotion for upcoming young talent to come on in, work their way through NXT, but also have talent they scout through to figure out who is going to be the next top star and be on the main roster, even though they got so many superstars and talent. So, here's the thing about this. Last night, a lot of superstars: Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Eddie Thorpe, um, oh man, Katana Chance, can't even think. Katana Chance, Casey Carter, I think is the other one. That's her tag team partner. Um, freaking eight. Oh, and then of course, Danny Palmer got released. Quite a few superstars on the main roster got released. Quite a few superstars on the uh, NXT, and then someone in AEW got released. Even though I don't watch AEW anymore, I think AEW is just a. That's my take, but everybody's allowed to think what they think. But you know, when I'm like thinking about that, I was like, this kind of takes me back to the day when I was a wrestling fan. From realizing what I was and what I loved, but also bringing me back to the days when I was really wanting to become a pro wrestler and work my way up into maybe becoming part of some sort of company. That'd be really cool. Is your name? Did you do that in honor of Selena Vega? Don't get me wrong, she's cute. She's cute and she's smoking, but you got nothing on my Dakota. But all seriousness, though, after after seeing and just hearing all about that on the news and then seeing it on social media, breaks my heart and really messes with me. So, however, I do have an announcement. I will get to that later. I'll do it on my other channel. But right now, I want to let you guys know that when I was doing my pro wrestling and stuff, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I made some friends. I wish I could have got a picture to show you guys. So in case y'all think, oh my God, he's lying. No, because I had the knee pads, I had the pads and everything. elbow pads. I mean, I I wouldn't be telling you guys the stuff I knew in case someone wanted to assume I was lying or making something up just to sound cool. When I'm telling honest to goodness truth. I mean, for God's sakes, the guys have a YouTube channel called Daily Dropkick. Check it out. The guys in Marshall, Texas, put on a hell of a show. I got to train there for 3 months, but sadly, towards what cut off the end of my journey was running out of money, but also being sick at the time. And then that was when the era of that lockdown stuff started happening. And then with time, I was starting to get depressed, and my love for it was starting to slowly fade away. And the only time I had was to either make wrestling shows that I created from like maybe what I had, but I am going to try to rework myself back into something and get to telling some stories and create something for you guys, for everybody. Why? Because it's a passion. Why? Because it's a goal. Why? Because it's an interest. Nothing's going to change. I'm still going to be the same individual I've always been. My love for wrestling is still going to be here. Ain't no one going to change that for me. Unless wrestling was to die off forever. Then somebody would have to step up, and I want to be that guy. But here's the thing. If I don't ever get to compete in the ring, that's fine. All I want to do is maybe be a promoter, a booker, maybe some sort of creator, a manager, something in that role. I want to have something to do with creativity and be involved with it in some way or another. What do you think I do? My normal and then Charlie Bennett. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Charlie Bennett here. Welcome back to the DSW Wrestling. I'm your current host and commentator. My broadcast partner is right here with me. What's up, guys? Dylan Walker here. Tonight, we're going to have a good show for y'all. Tonight, Dakota Kai is going to be facing Selena Vega in a no-holds-bar match. This match has a lot of history. These two have a long-time friendship, but a bad back and forth was started in between one night ago. When it all seemed like it was all going smooth sailing, these two went back and forth. After what nobody expected, a friendship to turn very sour fast. It all started backstage. These two started just, it was all friendly. It was all hugs. It was all handshakes. And then all of a sudden, freaking Zelina just struck Dakota out from the parking garage with a kendo stick. And nobody saw it coming. I don't know what triggered this, but this was something that nobody expected. Nobody expected at all, partner. Nobody. Not even me, not even the fans. This was just something that snapped out of the blink of an eye. It's almost like the wrestling guys were mad at us. Very so. This is why I'm sharing my story, my journey. I'm sharing my story. By God, I tell you what, that did, he got me dead. By God, he's dead. That did, he dead. God darn it, that man have family, I tell you. He dead. By God, he got me dead. That man got to be broken in half. Good old JR. No. That did, he dead. That did, he got to be dead. That man has a family. Dude, I love wrestling. I like track. I like football. Those are the only sports I watch would be, I watch football. I watch wrestling. I watch track. That's about it. I don't care much for baseball. Don't care much for hockey. Don't care much about soccer. Or in Europe, football. I probably just triggered some European people in my chat. Calm down, smile, I'm kidding. Allegedly. But yeah. My love for wrestling is still here. I still have a passion for it, and I still care a lot about it. But I don't know what else to say except, I want to say thank you to the guys, even if they don't follow my YouTube channel. I still want to be able to, share a story. I mean, I wish I could give you all like the whole storyline, but I just give you like the ins and outs of what I have. My memory is not the best, but I really hope this is enough for you guys to appreciate it. By God, that's it! He's gotta be dead! He's gotta be dead! Sunfish, my man, what's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping in. But yeah, I really hope this story, give you guys something to think about and about my journey, but also just what I appreciate, but also just love. So I hope you guys are. I hope you guys are pleased. I also hope you guys enjoyed this. Silly Dilly is out. Yeah. If you guys got any questions, I will do shorts or something, or I'll answer you in the comments. But I gave you what I could give you. I mean, I trained in the octagon deal where I was taking and doing rolls while the guys practiced in the big ring. I took back bumps. I took and did some handstand bumps. I stood on my head, tried to do a bump like that. I even did a few front flips. I can still do front flips. I may be a little out of shape, but I can still do a front flip. Um, um, I tried to run the ropes. That needed a lot of work, but I had the thing when I come off my left shoulder. I had the thing though. I had that one star. If I could just put the rest in motion, I'd be really good at it. But you know, I if I would have continued and went longer, I could have had a much different story to tell you. But I I appreciate everybody here. I appreciate y'all for watching. Much love to everybody. Walker Nation. Never let anybody shut you out of your dreams. Never let anybody bring you down. Never let anybody shoot you wrong or tell you wrong. I'm always here for you guys for that. So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if y'all wanna. If you want another bit of a story, I'll look and see if I can find that video that I've got, and I'll post it on here so you guys can watch it. Here or here, either way. For now, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Christopher, thank you for being cool with me, and appreciate you, Bubba. By the way, if your name's Selena, if you're a wrestling fan because of Selena Vega, good choice, my man. Good choice. Very good choice. For now, guys, hope everybody having a good one, and I will catch you guys later. I'm gonna jump and do some streams on the gaming channel. So if y'all want to go to my gaming channel, Dylan Walker Gaming, come on over. I'm gonna be on live on My Rise, probably with Angelina, because I've got to get to work. I've got more projects to do. So, excuse me. Well, that's a burp for the day. All right, catch y'all later. Silly Dilly out.